Welcome everybody here that's here. And we'll welcome the people that are coming still. I decided to do this song last minute. This one I wrote back during Katrina, and when I was in New Orleans for the Jazz Festival. And we drove through the 9th Ward just to witness the destruction right after Katrina, and drove by a house, and there was a pile of trophies on the front curb. So we got out of the car to look at the trophies, and I decided to take one as a memento of the whole trip and of what had happened at Katrina. And there was a plaque that's for Eddie Garrison, who had done volunteer service at a high school, I think it's Bryn, right, that's it, yeah. And so it didn't dawn on me. I wanted to write a song about what had happened in New Orleans, and then it hit me. It was like, it's got to be about this guy. And it tells the whole story, but it also tells the story about rebuilding and having hope again. So this one's called NOLA Rise Up Again, New Orleans, Louisiana. So send this one out to all those down south. I remember the night the rain came down. Eddie was at the mercy of a levee now, and the water rose into his life, sending Eddie on down the road. Washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. I remember the signs, help us now, but they were somewhere occupied, too busy saving the world. And Eddie lost his ways and means down south in New Orleans. Washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. I hear that New Orleans music, the spirit of the band. I feel that two-step rhythm back in my feet again. Tout ensemble de bâtirons sur un vent de compassion. Tout ensemble nous bâtirons NOLA rise up again. I remember the street his trophies lay. In the 9th Ward he lost a shiny little piece of his life. And I took one home so I'd recall how Eddie lost it all. Washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. I hear that New Orleans music, the spirit of the band. I feel that two-step rhythm back in my feet again. Tout ensemble nous bâtirons sur un vent de compassion. NOLA rise up again. I remember the high water line. Eddie wasn't ready for his hardship to overcome, but a new beginning was there for you. Tell me, Eddie, did you make it through? Washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. Nola, rise up again. Nola, rise up again. Nola, rise up again. New Orleans, Louisiana. Nola, rise up again. Well, don't you give up. Rise up. So don't you get up. You better rise up. Nola, rise up again. Nola, rise up again. The French words mean we will build on the wings of love and compassion.
Thank you, Ray. That was perfect for all of the flooding and hurricanes and everything going on. Rise up again. We've got to keep that in mind. Thank you. I'm glad you decided to do that instead of the other one. The other one will come another time. Oh, Spirit is in this place. Good evening, everyone, and good morning, everyone who may be listening on Sunday morning. And if you're comfortable where you are, great, but those at the back, if you want to come a little closer and feel a little more part of the group, I invite you to do that. Your choice. Life is all about choices. So, welcome to the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And we are here at the United Church of Christ, Valley Forge in Wayne, Pennsylvania. This lovely facility that is so welcoming, and the people are so dear to keep letting us know how happy they are that we're here. And we are welcoming everybody. We are a welcoming, inclusive, spiritual center that is filled with people who care about each other and who are even now remembering to come together on a Thursday night, which is the new Sunday. So keep telling your friends so we can fill up these pews. They are pews, aren't they? And that's interesting, and they're beautiful. What a lovely place that we get to meet. So we're here to celebrate life, to let Spirit be alive within each one of us, to find the ways and the means to lift each other in those challenging times, and to celebrate with each other in the joyous times. And it's all Spirit expressing in, through, and as each of us, and how good it is to be in a community where we can open our hearts to each other and celebrate and do some serious work at the same time that we just have a little fun. We belong, as you know, to a greater organization, Centers for Spiritual Living, and it is global. And that means that we have these conscious, creative, compassionate, powerful centers all over the world. Thank God for that. And they are expanding more in other parts of the world, which is very, very good. And we're so grateful that we are aligned with them in our using these beautiful spiritual tools for every human and imaginable experience, both individual and worldwide, to make a difference. Spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, is what our beloved leader and founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, brought to us. And you know, he said, I didn't bring anything new here. I didn't make anything up. He drew from Christianity and from Hinduism and from all great philosophies and great thinkers and of the world. And what he brought to us was a very practical spirituality. And it's one that we can all learn more about all the time. And it's one we can share with others. And it's one that we practice. And in the greater global community, the Centers for Spiritual Living, there is a purpose statement. And I would invite you to say it with me if you'd like to. Are you ready? Awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And the vision is a world that works for everyone, a world that works for all. That is our vision, and we are sticking to it because we are on the high watch. We are doing a great work, and we will not come down. Yay. Okay. And then the mission, of course, is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Now, we have a purpose statement here at the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living, and this is how it goes. Living, loving, learning. Spirituality that works. Yes. Now I'm going to invite, better get started. We have a long trail here. I'm going to invite Reverend Mike to come up and share the Declaration of Principle number 8. This is one of all that Dr. Holmes put together many years ago when he was asked, what is it you folks believe? And so he put together what we believe, and we've been calling it oh, here he is, the Declaration of Principles. Of course you did. You always do.
All right. I'm grateful for glasses. A lot of things. Okay. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. Wow. You can just sit and meditate in that, hold that thought. You know, with the world the way it is, sometimes we look at it and it doesn't look like there's a unity of all life, does it? And you say, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? How are we going to get them to change? Well, what we're going to do is remember the truth. There's one life. That life is God's life. That life is my life, your life right now. And that's everyone's life. There's only one life. There's one God. And we are all emanations of that Spirit, all emanations of that love. And the more that we understand, embody, and know that, the more it is. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, we're going to have an opening song. We're just learning it, and it's really pretty simple. And so if you'd like to stand up and sing out, it's the welcoming song, and Ray will help us remember how it goes.
You're welcome here. Welcome. You're welcome here. Love, be loved here. Rest. Feel restful here. Fill up on God. Fill up on God. Fill up on God and just be. Welcome, you're welcome here. Welcome, you're welcome here. Love, be loved here. Rest, feel restful here. Throw a new one in. Be accepted here. Fill up on God. Fill up on God. fill up on God and just be. And just be.
Lovely. That's such a sweet song. What a lovely way to begin. It helps us just leave everything outside, doesn't it? Well, here's Mila representing all the teens and the young people and the little ones of the world. That's a big job. I don't know of anybody who could do it any better than you, and you have a very small container for it. Doesn't matter, does it? Okay. Why don't you come up here? Let's talk. And thank you for making everybody's darling name tags every week. You do.
That's Linda.
Oh,
I just hand
Linda.
them out.
Oh, Linda does them. So cute. And you hand them out. And you hand them out nicely. Thank you. Okay, so, and if we're going to hear you, if we're going to say anything at all to me or to them, we'll put you over here by that mic. Would that work?
Yep.
Okay. So, when you were littler, younger, when you were just a little kid, did you ever play with Legos? Did you build things? And were they usually pretty solid? Yeah. You probably were smart enough to build a good, strong base for it, huh?
Yes.
Then you could build a skyscraper or anything. I don't know if these are still around, but do you know anything about Legos? I didn't think so. Well, when my kids were growing up, they didn't yet have Legos. Oh, no, you already said that. We had Lincoln Logs. Have you ever heard of Lincoln Logs? I didn't think so. Okay. So they played with Lincoln Logs. And they were wood. Legos are plastic. They were wood. And these Lincoln Logs had notches, and you could put them together and build things. And my kids found out that if they just started building like straight up, and then they got real heavy and lopsided, they might fall down. Kind of like Legos would do if they weren't building right. But if they built a nice, strong foundation at the bottom, they could build anything. Houses, hotels. That's how they learned to play Monopoly, I guess. You do know about Monopoly, right? Oh, phew. So it's important to have a strong foundation, something you can build on. And you know, I'm sure as you were little that your mom read to you the story about the 3 little pigs, right? Mm-hmm. Why don't you come over here and tell us about the 3 little pigs?
Oh, okay. I was just telling my mom earlier, or a couple of days ago, that she reminded me about the 3 little pigs, about the fox, because she's always huffing and puffing. So I was like, I texted her because I was in the same room as her and I didn't feel like getting out. So I was like, why are you huffing and puffing? But each of the little pigs always build houses. One built a house out of sticks. The other one blew houses of straw and brick. And so each time the fox would blow down each of their houses until he got to the last house, and he couldn't blow it down.
There's a story with a tale to be told. So what does that mean to you? What do you think it means to us? I mean, we're not little pigs, but we need to have something strong that's not going to blow down, like is happening down in Florida and has happened in North Carolina and other places too. So how do we have a strong foundation ourselves so that what we build in our lives turns out to be wonderful? I don't know. What's your strong foundation? I know your mom is part of your very strong foundation, and the people here who love you very dearly. And maybe it is that we love to have those people in our lives that make us feel confident And even more importantly, those people in our lives who make us feel confident also understand that the bottom line, the most important foundation, is God itself. That's what is the foundation on which we build everything. So we're not little pigs, and we're very wise, and we build on a firm foundation of faith. And that's how it all works out. Anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Well, thank you for coming up.
You're welcome.
Wonderful. Thank you, thank you. And now we have the exciting opportunity to listen to the president of our Board of Trustees giving you the announcements. Come on up, Payson.
Hello, everyone. As she said, my name is Payson Burt. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees, and I'm here with today's announcements. Yay! Okay, October 10th. Be sure to be present and bring your friends next Thursday, October 17th, as Reverend Michelle Wadley will be our deep and moving guest speaker. She and Ray will offer a dynamic evening of illumination and inspiration. The next thing is we have a class, practitioners Cheryl Macklin and Dawn Finlinson. Is that how you say that right? Yeah. Begin a new class based on Florence Scoville's Shin's well-known book, The Game of Life and How to Play It. 5 Wednesdays on Zoom. It begins on October 16th. We have another full moon ceremony on Friday, October 18th at 7 to 8 p.m. at the Inspiration Cafe in Paoli. Also, save the date, a night of gratitude and community. Here on Wednesday, November 27th, Thanksgiving Eve. We'll begin a half hour earlier here in the sanctuary at 6:30 p.m. with a celebration of gratitude, then gather in the fellowship hall, down the hall there, the hall to get to the hall. Okay. At about 7:15 p.m. for a communal meal. Bring a dish to share if you wish, and everyone is welcome, including the UCC folks and others from the community. We'll be setting up tables and receiving your dishes between 5:30 and 6 p.m. Go to our website at www.cslphilly.org to register for any of those events and to read about other events and activities. And those who are seeing it streaming can see that little pop-up menu that we usually put up. Yeah? Well, yeah, good. Okay. There is a special offering plate at the back of the sanctuary tonight to receive your donations to CSL Asheville. As they and the larger community are still in need of contributions for food, water, supplies, and cleanup efforts. Make the checks out to CSL Asheville, and we will forward them. And where is that? In the back corner? Okay, it's in the back corner. I suppose so. Cash? Cash okay? Is cash okay? Is cash okay? Cash. Like money, moolah.
Put it in something where you can be identified so you can receive the credit for that. Okay?
Oh, yes, it's yeah. So it's just so you could wrap it up in a plain paper bag with your name on it. And that's it. That's it, guys. Thanks very much. See you next week.
Thank you, Payson. Now, Ray and I are going to prepare for our meditation time. Okay.
Spirit's waiting for you there. drink of the healing waters, enough for us to share, and we can drink our fill and let our hearts be still. It's peaceful there, I know. We'll live and never grow old. It's peaceful there, I know. Yes, I know.
And in this center of peace and power, which is Spirit itself, we live and move and have our very being. And so let's breathe in that precious holy life of Spirit itself and rest in the clear awareness that as that breath, that prana, that chi circulates within our bodies and within our consciousness, that we are brought home to the peace that dwells within. And we are easily flowing, gracefully with the flow of Spirit itself. Continue to breathe in and express that beautiful breath of life. Feel its circulation. And let that breath now become a pathway to our hearts. And as we enter in, we receive that beautiful, warm welcome, the divine embrace, holding us. And here we feel peace and serenity. We are wrapped in love. God is the only presence and the only power. And in this place and from this place of clear knowing that we are actualized spirit, let us feel the courage from the heart, the courage to gaze with soft eyes out into the world. See the deceits, the conflicts, the divisiveness, supposed separation, but view it from the soft eyes of knowing that all of it is temporary. None of it has any reality behind it. Just notice as a parade going by that it comes in and it goes out and it does not stay. And now with the eye of the heart, which sees only love and only wholeness and only peace and only truth, look out at the world as you choose it now to be. View it from the highest perspective. See peace beginning to break out all over the world. Perceive the serenity within your own heart and feel the compassion for all sentient beings as you see through to all behaviors, to that divine reality within each one. Feel your connection with all life, for it is all God, and God expressing in oh so many beautiful ways. This is the real world we are co-creating. Let's stand fast in that vision, knowing it is unfolding, for we are indeed building on the firm foundation of God's perfect presence, peace, and power. and all is well. Truly, on the deepest, deepest level, we are in the flow of God's river, and all is well.
And we can drink our fill and let our hearts be still. It's peaceful there, I know. We'll live and never grow old. It's peaceful there, I know, I know.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you all. And now I'd like to invite our practitioner of the evening to come forward and share with us an opening, and that would be Joe Lurquin. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Reverend. Welcome to today's celebration. My name is Joe Lurquin. I am a professional licensed practitioner with the Greater Philadelphia Centers for Spiritual Living. I would like to read the following from 365, no, I need my glasses. 365, Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, page 301. Truth, stated in the simplest manner, affirms that God is all there is. God never changes. God is in me. God is that which I am. God is the universe. God is the universe. No mediator exists between myself and God but my own thought. I am the writer, the inspirer, and the thing written about. I am creator of history and the one who experiences it. I am its record and its interpretation. There is but one self who needs no mediator. This self is immediate, present, and available. Every cell of my body, through every thought of my mind, every glory of my spirit dwells in the very center of the one. In this stillness of the new day, I know that I am one with all there is, now and always. I relax and let a power greater than myself work for me, in me, and through me. I'll state this treatment in the first person and invite you to take it for yourself. This is what I know. I know that I am with the one. I am part of the one. The one is always with me. I know that wherever I turn, God is always there, helping me, advising me, knowing for me. I know that this is a great experience and a great comfort for me to know that there is always wisdom, there is always truth, there is always good right by my side. And I know this is the truth. And I am joyfully enthused at every moment with this knowledge. And I know the light of God glows brighter in me each and every day. For this is who and what I am, and this is who and what I believe. And I'm so very grateful for this being and for who I am, and grateful for all those who are around me and all those who are reveling in the blessings and the spirits and the great wisdom and the great being that is who and what we all are. I know this is the truth. And I release this knowing it is already done, it is already accomplished, as we say together, and so it is. I'd now like to read today's affirmation. God is my strength, my wisdom, and my creativity. Thank you.
If you want your dream to be Take your time, go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work grows purely. If you want to live life free, take your time, go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work grows purely. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secret slowly. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory. If you want your dream to be, take your time and go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work grows purely. If you want to live life free, take your time, go slowly. Do few things, but do them well. Heartfelt work grows so purely. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secret slowly. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory. Day by day, stone by stone, build your secret so slowly. Day by day, you'll grow too. You'll know heaven's glory.
That is a great song. That's from Brother, Sun, Sister Moon, and it's about St. Francis building. I love that, and it makes me think of what my beloved teacher, Earl Barnum Barney, taught me years ago. Live deeply, not fast. Means a lot. Thank you. Well, we're continuing with this month's theme, which is a new vision. And perhaps visions sometimes unfold more slowly than we would like. And still, we move ahead day by day. And today, it's building on a firm foundation. I'd like to read a quote from Ernest Holmes. We're guided daily by divine intelligence into paths of peace, wherein the soul recognizes its source and meets it in joyful union, in complete at-one-ment. Well, tomorrow evening, our Jewish friends are going to begin the celebration of Yom Kippur. Their Rosh Hashanah began, and we spoke about that last week. And that's the time of recognizing the newness, a new year, a new beginning, a new possibility. And these 10 high holy days, the holiest days of the year for our Jewish friends, then are now beginning to move into the 2 days of Yom Kippur. And this is a time, it starts just before sunset tomorrow, and then it completes the next evening at nightfall. It's a time of fasting and praying. It's a time of atonement. And I love that word because when you look at what it really means, it's returning to source and getting away from the false belief that we're separate from God ever. And in doing the fasting and the praying, our friends find that they feel the presence of God more deeply then, because they're really focusing on what is important. So the empowering unity with the divine is our foundation. We want to build our house on the rock. From Matthew, we read one of Jesus' most wonderful parables from the Sermon on the Mount, and everyone's familiar with it. It goes like this. Everyone then who hears these words of mine and does them will be like a wise man who built his house on the rock. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the winds blew and beat on that house, but it did not fall, because it had been founded on the rock. And everyone who hears these words of mine and does not do them will be like a foolish man who built his house on the sand. And the rain fell, and the floods came, and the wind blew and beat against that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it. Well, what is the sand? Let's look to see what that would mean to us. I believe it would mean the extreme material focus, where we're thinking that things and people and circumstances outside of ourselves are the source of our good. That's the sand. That's the following erroneous opinions, what they say, what media says, what the greater subconscious mind of the humanity is trying to tell us and each other. And that's where we get to realize that the rock on which we must build our faith and our lives is the foundation of spirit. And Jesus' message of divine love and infinite wisdom, if we are wise, we will come to the center, come to our source, not become overly involved with what's going on and what people are trying to tell us. Not that there are aren't a lot of people in the world who are telling us wonderful things too, but I'm speaking about those who don't yet understand, and they're building on sand. They're believing too much, as we can slip into so easily by looking at too much of the news. Sure, we wish to be informed, but we do not wish to be conformed to the world. And so in returning time and time again in our meditative practices, in our visioning, in our prayers, in our spiritual mind treatment, we are solidifying our foundation. And we're not going to be wavering. We'll certainly be flexible, but like the oak is sturdy and the willow is flexible. And we wish to be both, so that we can move and not be broken when the wind blows. And the winds of circumstances do take place in all of our lives. And the stronger our foundation and our faith in the one source is, the more easily and gracefully and successfully we'll be able to weather those storms. Hurricane Helene, now Milton, have wreaked havoc. We've seen what's been taking place. We stand solidly in our faith. One of our beloveds, a young woman that I knew when I was in the center in Palm Desert, has been living in Florida now for a number of years. And she got in touch with me a few days ago because she lives in Madeira Beach, which is the target for Milton. She had already been doing her cleanup from Hurricane Helene. It's too bad. I mean, there are people with those names, and they're getting really bad press right now, aren't they? So she called and she said, I think I need to evacuate, and please pray. And I said, of course, and what a great idea. And so we went through possible places that took animals, because she's taking care of her roommate's cat while her roommate's in Texas. And so I helped her find, through my daughter, who is an animal rescuer person, the places that she could go and take the animal. And it turned out that seemed like too many places were already filled up. And she decided to drive to Kentucky, where her friends are. Her friends, her parents, they're friends also. I'm very much friends with my children, adult children. So she was driving with the cat to her parents' home in Kentucky, which should take, she said, 13 or 14 hours typically. Well, she stayed in touch with me during this journey. The roads were just jammed, as you can imagine, with all the people attempting to evacuate. And she said the fastest that she ever got to drive was 30 miles an hour with the cat. And it took, they got a hotel one night, but the second night there weren't any, and they stayed in a truck stop. And it took almost 3 days for her ultimately to get safely home to her parents in Kentucky. She said the cat was so sweet the whole way. And she said, every time we stopped, I read Ernest Holmes. Now, this is a woman with a very firm foundation. And to go through something like that with the grace and the ease that she did, of course, with prayers from our God Squad, our practitioner group, all of that is wonderful, and it's always available when we need a little extra boost to maintain our faith going through things. Now, we haven't gone through any hurricanes here. I'm grateful that they don't seem to have them assigned to Pennsylvania, and that's a good thing. But there's other kinds of hurricanes that we experience, right? That just show up in our lives that we're not expected at all. How do we deal with them? Rock or sand? Are we going to be terrified? Maybe for a moment, but keep in mind that you are not responsible for your first thought. We are responsible for our second thoughts. And I want my second thought to go right to God. I want my awareness to move beyond appearance, to move beyond the naysayers. I want to go deeply into the bedrock of spirit. And then I can weather whatever the storm may be. We're going to get fabulous news. We're going to get scary news. That's what we get to do in this life. It's just part of our process. It's part of our spiritual evolutionary process. So we may as well do both the oak and the willow and be strong and stand tall in principle, while we also are moving gracefully and being flexible about the things that we might not have expected. We stand solidly in our faith. And whether we're driving with Kitty Orley was her name, and Ernest Holmes, let's at least be driving with Ernest Holmes. Waking and sleeping. And of course, he was very clear, as I said earlier, that this is not new thought, it is ancient wisdom. And he brought together this beautiful world philosophy, theology, drawing from so many beautiful resources to bring us such a beautiful, practical spirituality. And as Emmett Fox said in his Golden Key, forget about the problem and think about God. That's the bedrock, and that's where we keep returning. See, these environmental temporary issues are just that. They're real, but they're temporary. They're real temporary. And the inner resources are real permanently. Spirit is always supplying us with fresh, dynamic ideas for a new vision. So let's listen deeply. Let's not be like Don Quixote, who got on his horse and rode off in all directions. Let's go deeply first and listen and find, What is the inspiration? What is the divine wisdom that's there for us? Receive the inspiration. That's the rock. And as we invest too much of our emotions and our thoughts and our fears in the outside, that's the sand. And we want to build on that which is permanent and that which restores our peace. We may maybe lose our peace for a moment, but it can't be lost because it's a synonym for God. Light, love, life, peace, power, beauty, and joy are all the qualities of the divine. And peace, the substance of peace, is always within and all around us, always available to us. We get to choose it. Choose peace. Choose peace every day for ourselves, for our loved ones, for the world itself. We become open instruments for the Spirit's messages. And we have a lot of messages, good, strong, solid messages to share with the world. God is all there is. You are an individualized emanation, expression of that one life. These are the messages that people are longing to hear, because somewhere within every sentient being is the awareness that there is God and nothing else. And therefore, each one of us is part of that divine life and necessary to the implementation of new visions and essential for the expression of spirit into the world so that it can know itself on a more beautiful and dynamic way. Isn't it wonderful to realize what we're here to do? Yeah, it's wonderful to finally get that we are those ones that we may have been waiting for. We want to continue building our faith, our complete reliance on what? On God. Same yesterday, today, and forever. We can count on it. We can depend on it. We can't depend on all that other stuff. We can depend on it to march on through and to go away because it is temporary, and then new things will come in to deal with. Let's keep in mind that that's the human experience. But we are building our own faith, and we're building our beloved community. We're co-creating a firm foundation for it. Those of us here right now tonight, and those of us tuning in on Sunday mornings, we're the nucleus, powerful nucleus from which that growth and expansion can take place. And as we deepen our faith and align with that peace and power and experience the courage core from the heart, the courage to remember who we are, to live our lives from that powerful place, then we truly find ourselves expanding ourselves, our loved ones, our families, and this community. You know, there are people who tune in online from other countries in the world. It's kind of wonderful to see that. And yes, we love coming together personally, and part of our vision is to fill up these seats so that we have a radiant opportunity to celebrate the divine life within us all, to celebrate each other, to feel that warmth that develops when we bring love and compassion to one another and to people we may not have even met yet. This is a place of mutual caring and support. We've established that. This is a place of open-hearted welcoming for all. Let's let people discover that. We're practicing and sharing our teaching with each other and with others who are hungry for it and don't yet know that, perhaps. You know, this church is a beautiful place, and it's a wonderful congregation. They're very loving, compassionate, inclusive, and welcoming. And so many other churches, so many other congregations, faith communities, synagogues, mosques, etc., also are open-hearted and desiring to connect with one another and want with all their hearts to bring a greater sense of peace into this world. But we're the ones who are doing our job in our own way, and it's beautiful. So let's celebrate it and know that we truly are making a difference by having our teaching available. And you know, Ernest Holmes wasn't initially trying to create churches at all. Did you know that? He just developed this great philosophy and wanted people to learn to use it in their lives, whether they were Methodists or Zoroastrians or whatever else. And guess what? That's been happening. Have you noticed that our message has been getting out into the world and into other faith traditions? Because it's powerful, it's authentic, it's based on real truth. And so we're happy that it's getting out into the world. And still, we have a beautiful opportunity to develop our own community in such a way that we are building it, they are coming, right? Will you say with me, we are deepening our faith.
We are deepening our faith.
We are expanding our consciousness. We are inspired to build on solid spirit. And so, my beloveds, beginneth our lesson. Thank you, dear ones. And now it's this wonderful opportunity that we have to share our abundance. And I would invite you to share whatever you're comfortable giving. And many of you already give in other ways. Online, on your phone, etc. So I'd invite you to share with me now our prosperity affirmation. I choose to celebrate prosperity. Divine love blesses my gift. It is my acceptance of God as the source of my abundant supply. With joy and gratitude, I share my abundance with this center. In doing so, I am one with the law of circulation. My tithe goes forth to heal, to prosper, and to bless. It returns to me abundantly. And I am prospered, and so it is. Thank you.
I'm going to sing one word. It's going to be grateful. And in your mind, you can say all the things you're grateful for. Grateful, 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 grateful. I'm so grateful. Grateful, so grateful. Grateful, 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 grateful.
This bounty, we know it goes forth to do its perfect work and returns to us multiplied, and so it is. Okay. Now, let's gather by the river down there. Practitioners and minister, join me in the front, please. Ray, you want to come down too, right? So I do want to remind you that our practitioners stand by to assist. you can give them a call on our website on the practitioner page. Any of them will be happy to work with you. These are 2 of the 6 that we have here, Cheryl and Joe. And if you want to grab either one of them tonight, gently, please, after the celebration, find a little quiet corner. They will be glad to provide a 1-minute miracle for you. It's not a whole practitioner session, and it is their gift to you anytime we're here together. And you simply say in 25 words or less what you would like prayer treatment for, and they will instantly go into a powerful spiritual mind treatment for you. And that's that. Yeah, thank you. And then if you would like to have the God Squad, as they're lovingly called, do treatment for you, there's a prayer chest that's right out there where Linda sits. And you can put your request in there if you would like to have a personalized affirmation. Fill in your email, and they'll do that too. They'll be glad to send you a personalized affirmation. And we do have a special, as Payson announced earlier, we have a special basket right out at that table when you are leaving the sanctuary, and it's for the Center for Spiritual Living, Asheville, CSL Asheville. Their mailbox is gone, but their center is still standing. But the thing is, they can't get to it because the roads are pretty well still washed out and bridges. But they can use our help. So we've been sending, and we're going to continue. If you feel moved to make a special contribution, do so. Otherwise, go on our website, and you will find ways to donate right on their website. And we support our communities. Thank you. Okay, now, thank you for being here. Bring your people, and next week is going to be phenomenal. This amazing woman, our dear friend, Reverend Michelle Wadley, and she and Ray have played together and worked together, so it's going to be really stunning to see what they come up with next week. She's the real deal. She'll set your hair on fire. So don't miss it. And Edie's going to be our mistress of ceremonies, and it's going to be a wonderful evening. And after we complete here in a minute, stay for some refreshments and some fellowship time. Okay, and so we give thanks that the precious presence of the divine lovingly guides and directs us on our way, keeps us solidly aligned with spirit. We build on the rock of faith, and so it is. Okay, you want to come down and sing with us? Come on up, everybody. We're going to sing our closing song in a circle. Come on. That's it. Come on down here.
Come on down.
Yeah.
May the grace of God bless man, every woman in this land. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Whatever comes to meet us, no darkness won't defeat us. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Some say the end has come, set our souls a run, but I say stay strong and keep your faith alive. Let's all come together, take care of each other. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Raise your hand in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand, say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Hand in hand, side by side, with hearts open wide. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. and brothers find a way with heaven here today. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Raise your hands in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand and say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Times like these we need to remember what is real. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. United in our quest, just bring love and happiness. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Raise your hands, up in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand and say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Raise your hand up in the air. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Take a stand and say a prayer. Stay strong and keep your faith alive. Don't you love that song?